Hello, welcome to Invictus Porsche. My name is Basheer Zaheer. We've got this Porsche 911, the Carrera GTS. This is obviously the later 991.2 generation GTS, which has got the 3-litre twin turbocharged engine. I've just reviewed that Porsche 911 991.2 Targa 4S, and I should be able to tell you some interesting facts about buying the standard Carrera 4S or the Carrera S versus the GTS. But what makes this 911 991.2 GTS very unique is that this is currently only one of two Porsche 911 Carrera GTSs, which is in a manual available currently in the UK. So it's quite an experience being able to drive one of these, just because of the uniqueness of that 6-speed manual transmission. It's incredibly engaging, and all in all, I've always been fascinated by manual transition in a Porsche 911s, and in that later Porsche 911s you seem to have fewer and fewer of manual transmission 911s. So all of these factors make it quite an exciting prospect. But at the same time, you know, when you want a second car, a weekend car, or a car to take out on trips or on holidays, one has got to definitely consider buying one of these or have one of these in their collection, or at some point own one of these. And the best way to prove that and to put that to the test is us taking it out for a test drive. Just being inside a Porsche 911 is an experience in itself. I remember starting my Porsche 911 journey with a Porsche 996, and it was a budget entry Porsche 911 circa 8 years ago, and it was a very exciting phase of my life. Now being able to review and drive one of these and still have the engagement and the rawness of what some of the older 911s were all about, and being able to have a certain aspect of it in a 911 now in 2023. And of course, yes, these were made starting from very late 2015, 2016. It having the twin turbocharged 3-litre engine. It's a 3-litre engine, still a flat 6 boxer engine, but no longer naturally aspirated, no longer 3.8 litre, but as a matter of fact turbocharged. The clutch, the gear selector has an incredible precise feel to it. It is just so accurate, and it slides in from first to second, third with a lot of ease. And just being inside of it, having all of that control manually, makes it an incredibly exciting prospect. And as I said, because of the rarity, there are only 2 of these currently available in the UK, and this is one of 2s. I'll put it in sports mode now. That will switch on the sports exhaust, and let's turn on the PSM. Auto blip, the sound that you get, the burbles when you're downshifting, is great. And let's hear it one more time. And that there is why I think they should be doing more of these manual transmissions. So 3-litre twin turbocharged engine with 444 bhp that it produces, 550 Newton meters of torque, and the 0 to 62 miles per hour possible in 4.1 seconds, and the top speed being a staggering 191 miles per hour. I mean, that's purely because this is now the GTS version, the GTS variant, which has got a power kit, rather than the 3-litre twin turbocharged 911 Carrera S or the Carrera 4S, which produces 414 bhp rather than 444 bhp. and the 0 to 60 times on the non-GTSs, normally the Carrera S or the Carrera 4S, is 4.3 seconds, and the top speed is 187 rather than this just hitting 190 miles an hour. And normally a manual transmission can feel laborsome, tiring, but I guess not with this. The clutch is nice and soft. The gear changes are precise, accurate, and they're absolutely instant. I've not driven a Porsche 911 that can pack in as much power as this has with a manual stick. Let's just go up to 5th, 6th, and this is now the 7th is the gear, the economy gear for the motorway. And at about 4,000 RPM, it really opens up. You get a sweet sound, the sound that the Porsche 911s are so well known for. Exterior specification wise, it's finished gorgeous GT silver metallic color that I talked about just before our test drive, and it's complemented with these matte black finished Turbo S 20-inch alloys. It's also got the Porsche dynamic, the PDLS headlights with the daytime running lights, and you've got the sport design front apron at the bottom as well. That gives it that slightly aggressive look to it. And if I was to just invite you into sort of this section of the vehicle, I think this is where, when you've got this glass roof opened up, it looks incredible. This being the Carrera GTS, it's got the wider body, it's the turbo body. And also you've got the rear axle of the 911 Carrera 4S, which gives it that extra driving connectivity from the fact that it also has the Porsche torque vectoring limited slip differential technology. You've got the sports exhaust finished in the beautiful gloss black sports tailpipe look to it, and of course you've got them centered in the 991.2, and that just makes it look as if this could be confused for a GT3, of course, without the wing. The back of the 991.2 from a design point of view has been completely redesigned. I mean, this looks like a much more aggressive refiner and a newer car overall in comparison to the 991.1. And you no longer has the horizontal slates on the grille, but the vertical slates on the grille. And onto the inside, you've got the sport seats plus finished in this hard casing material. You've got GTS written on the headrest. The seats are a combination of leather and Alcantara steering wheel. You've got the Alcantara gear selector, which is, sorry, I said early in the video, 6-speed manual transmission. It's of course the 7-speed manual transmission, something that I missed because I'm so used to a 6-speed manual transmission and reviewing 6-speed manual transmission so often. Here you've got the button for the sports exhaust as well as for the Porsche active suspension management system, the damper control button, and you've got the Chrono Sport Plus system as well. This is where the Chrono Sport Plus button is. Now, the GTS, as a matter of fact, comes in 20mm lowered as standard from factory rather than 10mm lowered if it was a Carrera S or 4S with PASM. And the beautiful thing about the Porsche 911s is the incredible 2+2 layout you get. They are incredibly practical cars. You know, if you've got kids or if you need to put luggage or your golf clubs at the back, you can do so. It's also the other little details that I absolutely like about this is just having this brushed aluminium, sort of dark aluminium look to the cup holders. Looks pretty epic and a nice touch there as well. Now the PCM is the upgraded PCM as well. That's got Android and Apple CarPlay connectivity. and overall it's just a much better upgraded PCM, and the whole look and feel to it is just improved and is significantly better and looks cleaner and slicker and more elegant overall. And that's everything on the outside and on the inside. Let me show you the paperwork now. Now, in terms of the paperwork, this has got 3 owners, 3 former keepers. The current 4th keeper has had it for quite some time, which is since October 2021. In terms of the servicing, the first minor service was done at Porsche Centre Nottingham in 2019. And then the second major service, which included the spark plugs replacement, was done in February 2021. Now we're in 2023. It is due service now, which we will do. All in all, the car is in pretty good condition. It's been well looked after, well maintained, and it's got all the service history and the invoices, as well as the service book here as well. The only slight niggle is the service book, where it was meant to have been stamped for the first service, wasn't stamped. But there is confirmation from Porsche saying that it was serviced, and they've put it all in an email and in a letter to us. So we'll get that book stamped for the first service. And the second service, we can either do it at a Porsche specialist or at a Porsche main dealer. That's, of course, subject to somebody purchasing this Porsche 911. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you think we did well, put a comment. And if you think we could improve in some way, form or shape, still put a comment. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.